This is a presentation of SimWorld Sports.
Hey there, SimWorld. Hope you are having a good start to your week. We are out here in New Orleans at the Southern Hospitality Shootout. This is the last night of our opening round-robin matchups. And in our first game, we have Dallas taking on Southeast. Miami Lava joined in the booth today by Big Bob. Big Bob, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Well, hopefully these two teams feeling good, although neither one has a chance to advance to the semifinals, both already beaten by Atlanta and mathematically eliminated accordingly, but is a chance for pride and stats, and actually for both of these teams getting themselves on some good footing and some good momentum would be key for both. Dallas has actually lost 3 in a row, including that loss to a surging Atlanta team, and Southeast, in spite of their 8 Mr. Basketballs, also struggling, but both teams hitting their opening shots here. You got Dallas in the white, Southeast in the black with the red trim, and 3 on the way from Anthony Young. These teams are perfect to start this game, Bob. I love this.
It's a fast start for Dallas.
I believe we got our shooters out here doing what they do, shooting the ball. Trey Turner made a 3 on the other end, and then Anthony Young, 6'4" senior wing out of Austin, Texas. Gets it done there, and another made bucket.
I think they're trying to shoot. I think they're shooting for the first 100-point game for both teams.
Both teams. That would be historic for SimWorld basketball. Well, Bob, I mentioned that both of these squads eliminated, having lost their opening games. Their first miss. Nene Gibson couldn't get that 3 to go, but this possession.
Rebound, though.
Yep. There's points on every possession right now, though. I love that. Having seen a few defensive battles out here in New Orleans in this tournament, it would be fun to see a little bit of high-octane basketball action today.
Oh, absolutely, and I mean for both teams. I mean, looking at Dallas, I mean, they really need the bronze bomber Dominique Briscoe to step up. I mean, he's only averaging 10 points, but he's still second best player on the team. I lied. Jeez, I lied. I forgot about Nene Gibson.
Well, you can't forget about Nene.
We're in Nolans. I don't know what is in my cup. Rick must have traded me.
Yeah, well, I was about to say there, yes, we have our first couple. Each team has now had a possession without a bucket, but Trey Turner on the other end. Oh, I thought for sure that'd go down, Bob.
So I am now predicting that this game finishes with neither team scoring 50.
That is a dramatic swing in points prognostication, Big Bob there, but I like a bold call. I also like a strong move, and that is what Leon Quinn provides right there. Leon Quinn averaging 7.8 points, 10.9 rebounds, but you know what, Bob? I think we should be honest with each other and be honest with our audience here, and that's this game is by and large an exhibition. Both these teams do want to win just to, have the win on the record and get a little momentum going. Nice shot there, Nene Gibson. But let's talk a little bit down the line a little bit. I know we've got the McDonald's All-American announcements that were just made, and the next thing up is going to be the 3-point shooting and slam dunk contest. You think my man Trey Turner, who just drained 2 in this game, is going to make that list?
I'd say, he has to at this point. I mean, it'd be a little embarrassing if he didn't.
Well, there's more than a few players we've seen in the SimWorld High School game who have shined behind the line, the 3-point line so far this year. He is definitely one of them, and if anything, part of the reason why Southeast may be struggling, just 500 on the year, 4-4 all overall, and already out of this tournament. Trey Turner, incredibly talented, but just there's a debate. Different people see things different ways. Myself and my producer, Ron Yell, have this argument all the time. Ron Yell thinks it's a total system problem, and Southeast just doesn't give Trey Turner the ball enough. I want to see more aggressiveness out of Trey, too. Do you think you've seen enough of him to make a judgment on who's right, me or Yell's?
I think it's a little bit of a mix of both. I mean, you look at their team, they do only have 2 ranked players, but it's not because they don't have talent. They're not putting it together. They have Quincy Henderson. You know what? Hold on a second. I think we need to take a little break.
I think we do need a little break, but Southeast struggling this season and down by a point early. We'll return to New Orleans after a quick TV timeout. All right, and we're back. 3:45 to play. Opening quarter, Southeast and Dallas. And just going into that break, Southeast ball. Talk about Trey Turner. Trey has already hit 2 of his 3 3-point attempts in this one. Team high 6 points for Southeast out the gate.
If I can interrupt
before
before I was interrupted by those T-shirt guys. Southeast has a lot of talent. Quincy Henderson, Vaughn Rushing, Trey Turner, Lee Armstead. I'd like to see Trey be more aggressive for sure. He needs to put the team. He needs to do what Carl Holmes. Ooh.
Yeah, nice play there on Quinn.
He needs to pull a Carl Holmes, put the team on your back, and lead them to a win. But they have a lot of talent. You change that system up a little bit. Get a coach. I mean, they have a coach, I guess. Mr. Damon Lee, shout out.
Such as it were, but yes. No, Bob, but I it's actually a really good point. It's something that I've talked about on air and talked about with some of the other SimWorld folks before, is that these really super talented teams, and absolutely Southeast is 8 Mr. Basketballs among the 10 players on this roster, and don't think that the 2 guys that don't have Mr. Basketball on their resume can't play either. But, I think it's different in a way than when you're, say, the Philly Stars, and you know that your number 1 option is Bryson Summers, right? It's different, maybe for a Mountain West, when you just kind of know, that DJ Ham down low is going to be one of your primary options there, and, Pacific Northwest looking for DJ Childs. It's like, right, Southeast, it's almost an embarrassment of riches, and there's not enough basketballs out there for this team.
Yeah, you kind of have to look at a player like Jameson Johnson, too. His team's not doing great. He's doing amazing. Arguably a top 10 big.
Just top 10? We'll let that slide and come back to it. Finish your point.
But at what point, the monster numbers he's putting up, at what point is it, 1, bad teammates, 2, the system? It's a combination of everything, and we just can't rely on talent alone.
No, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Well, 1 of 2 free throws hit down at that end. Oh, and a nice steal here. Terrell Pearson pulls up for a 3. Connects. Pearson, the 6'3" junior from Starkville, Mississippi. I'll admit I kind of got a little lump in my throat when he took that shot. He's only shooting 16% from 3 on the season. He will definitely not be a part of the 3-point shooting contest in the McDonald's All-America game.
Good pass.
But Terrell Pearson, nice steal and drain that one there. 4 points in the game already for Terrell off the bench. Southeast has a 1-point lead.
Yeah, still.
Nice defense there. Jalen Pratt. Number 13's going at it. Jalen Pratt defending Shake Travis, but the ball stays with Southeast. 10 seconds on the shot clock. A lot of subs out there now for both teams. Including number 44 in white, one of my kind of favorite players to watch. Oh! Was that Pearson again? Yes, that's Terrell Pearson. Coming off the bench and putting on a show. Terrell Pearson. Only averaging 5.3 a game.
We'll have to throw him in the honorable mentions for the dunk contest.
And maybe the three-point shooting contest as well. Maybe we've all been sleeping on Terrell Pearson. Oh! That ball hung on the rim, I think, for about 3 minutes. Oh, great pass, but Philip Wynn can't finish it off. The 6'9 senior from Winston-Salem will go to the line, where he's been perfect from the stripe this year. First foul on Derek Long. In the game, Derek Long spelling Leon Quinn at center for Dallas. But it's Philip Wynn to the line. Well, just about a minute left here in this opening quarter, and in a game where nothing's really on the line, has at least been an entertaining show both of these teams have put on today. I am betting they wish they saw this kind of performance when they played Atlanta earlier in this tournament. Might still have a shot at advancing to the semifinals. Philip Wynn stays perfect from the line in SimWorld High School hoops this year.
I think Southeast really wants to hit that century mark today.
If they can get a 3 here on this next possession, or even a 2, would put them close to on pace to get there. Getting 100 is very difficult in the SimWorld game, only 32 minutes.
How many do we have? We don't have do we have one? Oh, nice pass.
A 100-point game?
Yeah.
Yes, we have had 100-point game.
A lot of close.
Oh, is that another Pearson steal? Oh, he almost came up with it. Malik Morgan.
Don't give up.
Pulls it away. Shot clock is down to 10 already. Jesse Yardley, he of the canary yellow shoes. The ball at the top of the key. Finds an open teammate. Wide open 3 will not go. Philip Wynn rips down the rebound, and Southeast can get over that 100-point, if this trend continues, mark on this final possession.
I think Coach Lee is going to need to consider giving Pearson a little bit more time. Ooh.
Well, it's the bench players came on and performed really well here for Southeast. Jomo Graham hits a jumper at the buzzer. Southeast has jumped out to a big lead here, 26-17. More second quarter action coming after this break. All right, we're back. Second quarter just getting underway here in New Orleans. Southern Hospitality Shootout coming to a close today. We got one more game after this one up next. And in this one, there is definitely something on the line. We got Toronto and West Coast playing to see who is going to get a spot in the semifinals on Thursday. Well, Terrell Pearson, co-leading scorer now with 6 points, and now he is the leading scorer in the game. He's got 8, and Southeast has an 11-point lead.
All he needs
Best I've seen Southeast play maybe all year is these 9-10 minutes that we've seen so far here, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Pearson get 2 more so he can double his average for the year. Double his average tonight from what he's averaging on the year.
Well, a bucket at the other end from Malik Morgan. Ooh, Philip Wynn couldn't quite gather that in a position, but he gets it back. Oh,
Listen,
can't score. He thought he got fouled by Long.
Listen, Wynn. I don't want to. He needs to quit disrespecting his guards with these nice passes that they're making to him. 2 easy dunks he could have made. No points.
No points. Malik Morgan going to try a 3. That looked off all the way. Maybe 1 for 8 in the game now, Malik Morgan. And there you see it up on your screen. Thank you to the CGI guy. Kindly. Oh, steal.
Ooh.
And Dallas threatening to get back in this a little bit. Pearson fouls. 3-point opportunity coming for Bailey Charleston, the senior from San Antonio, to the line.
I need flagrants on plays like that if you're going to foul.
Yeah, normally we see kids do a little bit better job. Ooh, I like that little dance Philip Wynn's doing there. Cool. It's a bit funky. I didn't know that man could bring the funk like that.
At least he's doing something right.
Well, Bailey Charleston going to try to complete the 3-point play here, and he does. Ironically, Bailey Charleston is just shooting 9% from the 3-point line, but he gets the old-fashioned 3-point play to go down there. And, oh, that's a beautiful pass.
Ooh.
Quincy Henderson. Now, Bob, I know that your voice is influential in these selections too, so yes, I'm going to straight up admit that I am lobbying right now. I think Quincy Henderson has to be in that dunk contest at the McDonald's. I've seen him do that too many times. It's just, his athleticism is electric. The University of Alabama is getting a great basketball athlete in Quincy Henderson next year, and I hope we see him in that dunk contest. I mean, only 6'5", but has serious aerial ability.
I mean, you can't look at somebody's height and determine that they're not going to be a good dunker. I mean, we had Spud, Nate Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. My producer, Roniel, just chipped in with a shout-out to Steve Franchise Francis, who is also, I believe, about 5'11" and can get up there. Nene Gibson coming back in the game.
And we're just going to start throwing people. Starbury. Starburys.
Yep. That is a great one, too. Keith Smart. Keith Smart could always elevate. Coach now, of course. Dominique Briscoe, the captain, makes the free throw there, and Dallas does have this cut back down to 6. The lead was much as 11. Another beautiful pass inside to Henderson. Boy, that's twice in a row that Lee Armstead has just found Henderson, and it's too easy to get him the ball down there.
I'll promise you, if Quincy gets one more dunk, I'll at least talk to the people about. Ooh.
Well, Leon Quinn also filling out his audition tape for the dunk contest. Now, of course, Leon at 6'10" and 210 pounds is sort of your more traditional dunker.
Yeah, but it's the big ones are the ones they always seem to struggle. Raise the rim. Raise the rim.
Ball out of bounds, going back to Southeast. Looking to regain a little bit of momentum, build on this lead. You got a lot of the starters back out there for both teams now, including Trey Turner, Nene Gibson.
Yeah, I'm up for Dallas. I'm going to need, again, to see a little bit more of Briscoe if they want to truly get back into this game.
Well, Dominique Briscoe averaging 10.3 a game. Team high 3.9 assists from the point guard and captain as well. Oh, Trey Turner wide open. Has to make that, and he does. Well, Southeast, they are finding Trey Turner, and he is not being afraid to shoot. So,
good pass by Briscoe.
I mean, clearly Dallas playing pretty well and staying in it here too, but if this was the kind of ball I saw from Southeast more regularly, I mean, I think that they would be one of the teams you think about as a favorite going into a tournament or a competition,
Yeah.
Ooh! Trey Turner, did he hear me talking about how he was soft and not being an alpha?
He must have.
I mean, I apologize, kid. I take it back.
Better watch your back when you're leaving.
The junior from Knoxville, not afraid to shoot and getting the job done tonight. It's a 9-point Southeast lead. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and get in the second half of the second quarter when we return. Nine-point lead and a nice night so far from Southeast Select. Coach Damon Lee's side playing well tonight. It's going to be too late to advance in New Orleans, but it's never too late to impress me and Bob, and I think we both are with what we've seen here. And look at this, another turnover. Armstead comes up with it.
You see, might as well call that Pearson, man.
Well, unlike Pearson, Armstead can't finish. Lee Armstead, 40th ranked senior in the country, averaging 13.9, which is the highest on the team for Southeast, but he's only shooting 39% from the field on the season and just 29 from three.
Good find.
Yep, and that's Anthony Young in the corner. He is absolutely deadly, shooting 46% from three overall, and that's a man that struggled at the start of the SimWorld High School season, too. He has brought his averages way up. Oh, corner three on the other end, and this time it goes Armstead.
I wonder how much.
29% from outside. He might get that up to 30. Hits another one or two of those.
I wonder how much of Young's improvement has been. I'd like to see what his hair looks like at the beginning of the season compared to where it is now, because I do wonder how much that plays into effect of how well he's been doing.
Well, Bob, if we're delving into hairstyles, and we probably shouldn't go too far with it, because I don't want to see you smacked like Chris Rock. But if we're talking hairstyles, we got Von Rushing out on the court right now, and I wanted to talk a little. Oh, nice steal. Actually, it ends up in Anthony Young's hands, but that was Dominic Briscoe that stole it. Young, little heat check three won't go, but the rebound to Von Rushing, and that's just who I was about to talk about. The big 7-footer, 7'1", wearing number 77 out there with the signature. High socks, 1970s style socks. Gets that rebound there, Von Rushing. I was just about to talk about how much he struggled this year, and that shot is blocked out of bounds, but, big Von Rushing, 7'1", tallest player in SimWorld High School ball, and started the year ranked. Started the year on our watch list for best post players. I remember doing that in the preseason show, and 5.5 points a game, 8.9 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks is respectable, but he's just been such a disappointment over the course of the season.
Yeah, I think think what might help him a little bit is if he took the Shaq diet. Being 7'1", 210, probably put on about 50 pounds, and he'd be probably the most dominant big man, at least in the top 9 with Johnson sitting at 10. So
if you could combine, maybe if you could somehow do a mashup of Von Rushing and his teammate Jomo Graham, because Jomo comes in at 6'7", 265. You know, and if you got that the right way, you want the 7'1", 265 version, not the 6'7", 200-pound version. But that would be a heck of a player. Oh, look at Quincy Henderson inside. I love Quincy Henderson. I got to admit it. He's one of my man crushes out here in SimWorld High School ball. Ooh, Trey Turner.
You better watch yourself because CPS is right around the corner.
That's true. That's true. Henderson just 17, so not street legal yet.
But no, I think
that curve. Oh, 3 from Yardley won't go. Quickly up the other way. Arian Banks in Southeast. Looks like Banks wanted to take Yardley, still does. He gets the bucket to go. Personal between Chris Yardley and Darian Banks there.
A little bit. I just want to say, I think Von Rushing's a player who, in a couple years, once he fills out a little bit, we'll be talking about him a lot more. And also, maybe he's not in the right system.
He might not be in the right system, and frequently, even when I'm watching out here, particularly on defense, and again, it's sometimes hard to say how much that's the player's fault, how much a nice dish there from Rushing to find Henderson underneath. But I mean, let's watch these next couple sequences when Dallas has the ball and kind of notice the positions that Rushing gets into. It seems like he often comes way out further than he should. Just kind of gets stranded in a bit of a no man's land. Nice steal by Henderson. I think he could definitely get a little bit better game awareness too, which would certainly help him. 2 back-to-back buckets from Darian Banks. I like to see that.
He's a typical street ball Batman.
Yep.
Stays outside, doesn't use his size on the inside.
Well, he is still growing into his body, like most kids who grow to that height in high school. Had a huge growth spurt. Hasn't been even playing organized basketball for all that long. We're under a minute now to go in the half, by the way. Southeast still maintaining a 9-point advantage.
Maybe compare him a little bit to Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman,
shot up a
block there on Henderson. 2 straight blocks on Henderson by Derek Long. I love to see Derek Long come out and do that. Oh, I was sure Anthony Young was taking that shot up. I think everybody else was too. Was sure, but there's Derek Long, reserve center, and there's Anthony Young. Is trying that 3, won't get it to go. Nice rebound.
How embarrassing!
The shortest man on the court, 5'10", Dominique Briscoe, the senior out of Denton, Texas. Only averages 1.2 rebound a game, but grab that offensive board, put it back up in. All right, well, Southeast can hold the ball now. We're coming up on the last 10 seconds, first half. Trey Turner. Oh, and the shot at the buzzer, and that is a 3, will go. 10-point advantage for Southeast going into halftime. Impressive performance, and Bob, I think the best news is they're still right on that 100 pace of 49 points.
And I'm pretty sure Trey Turner is making his case right now to be in that. Actually, I don't know. He's a junior. Can we put him in the 3-point?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, we're going to bring on our friend Roniel in at the halftime show anyway, so maybe he can shed a little bit of light on that. Roniel kind of, sees all and knows all when it comes to SimWorld. Roniel, can you clarify that for us?
Yeah, this is a seniors only operation, but I do like what I'm seeing from him. As far as this game, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. Looking forward to his senior season. But no, he will not be in this year's McDonald's All-American 3-point shootout.
No, all right, well, I have to keep that in mind when I'm lobbying for my favorites behind the scenes. But let's talk a little bit about Quincy Henderson. We have seen some nice Quincy Henderson play, and I truly do think he has earned his spot in the dunk contest. So hopefully he ends up there. Well, as we've talked about, there's really nothing on the line for these two teams. Maybe that's why they're both playing better than they did in their opening round games. And, we've been talking a lot about Southeast, and obviously they're playing really well, but decent performance first half from Dallas, too, and they are still in this game. 16 minutes left, just a 10-point deficit. Come back in just a few minutes. We're going to get the second half underway here in New Orleans. All right, we're just about to get underway here again in New Orleans. 10-point lead for Southeast, and that's also point differential between Trey Turner and Nene Gibson. Oh, my Lord. Hey, who was that? Who was that showing off? I think I know who that is. That's Big Q. That's Quincy Henderson. Man out of Birmingham going to Alabama. Showing off so far in this game. But, yeah, I was saying, Bob, one of the matchups that I know you and I talked about in the pregame was at shooting guard, where you got Dallas's Nene Gibson going up against Southeast Trey Turner. And Trey had a tremendous first half, hitting that 3 at the buzzer to give him the 10-point lead. 14 for Trey so far. A very quiet 4 for the 5th-ranked junior in the country, Nene Gibson.
Yeah, they're definitely, ranking-wise, they're definitely playing opposites tonight. Trey Turner definitely looks like the number 5 player, possibly higher. Ooh, good steal.
Armstead. Quick hands, gets the steal.
How many steals is that on the night total?
More than a few, yeah. It's been there's a nice offensive rebound and a putback by Von Rushing, using that big body there. 14-point lead for Southeast is the biggest margin of the game so far. Oh, and that's a great dish. Yep.
They need a dunk to finish that.
But it was a great look by Dominique Briscoe. Mentioned before, he's averaging 3.9 assists per game to lead the Dallas Stars. He's already got 6 in this game. There you see Briscoe defending Lee Armstead. Both point guards playing well. Shot clock running down. Armstead's going to have to take this. Can't get it to go. You know, that happens a little bit too often in the Southeast offensive sets, which partially explains why Lee Armstead's shooting percentage is as poor as it is. Nice shake there from Briscoe, but he can't get the shot to go quickly up the other end. Oh, it looks like Trey Turner, yes, used a nice angle, the glass, and got around Nene Gibson. Trey Turner has definitely won the battle of Trey and Nene so far tonight. They're actually two players who are very alike, Nene Gibson and Trey Turner. Trey's probably the more skilled outside sharpshooter, and Nene can do a little better job of getting his own shot, but hey, there's the answer from Anthony Young. That's Anthony Young. You love Anthony Young. What's not to love?
Good pass.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good. Oh my, just a jumping jack down there, Quincy Henderson, but he can't get either attempt to go in. Nene Gibson now the other way.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, Nene just not going strong to the hole like you often see, and
no, and when you go to the hole, you gotta go strong.
Well, if I had a nickel for every time I've heard that. There's Darian Banks.
Would you have zero?
Rebound.
Be honest. Just joking.
Von Rushing. Oh, that was a nice screen set by Rushing, and Armstead. Nice mid-range jumper.
You know, we keep coming up with all these, we need to see who's in the three-point contest. We need to see who's in the dunk contest. McDonald's All-Americans. We need to SimWorld needs to come up with the all-hair team.
Oh, I've got some of my nominees ready. I got some nominees ready. You know Von Rushing's on that. I think is it D Woodley who's got the yellow kind of dye in the hair? Yeah, he's got that blonde dye. I love it. Got to have D, certainly. Brian Vaughn has to be on that team. He's got he got those locks in there. Love it.
I'm still waiting for you to say Anthony Young. He's literally right in front of you.
Oh, Anthony Young too. I mean, he sparked this conversation. You know, he's not even coming off the bench. He's a starter on the all-hair team. Don't worry. There you see Anthony Young, and there you also see Dallas coach Taylor Rush giving out some instructions, seeing if he can get his team back into this game. And Dallas looking on the cusp. If they don't turn things around here, this will be 4 straight defeats. I kind of wonder if Coach Rush isn't a little bit on the hot seat.
With the way he looks over there, I would say he is.
Well, it is Dallas ball, 13-point deficit.
It's at least nice to see the coach over there on the bench with his team, I guess.
Well, there we see Anthony Young splashing another 3 in. Lead is cut back down to 10. So a little bit of progress here for the Dallas Stars. Trey Turner has it. Trying to work in on Young. Does get inside, but gives it up. They swing it back around. Oh, Turner's pass taken away. Yeah, he ill-advised there.
Shoot it!
Instead, oh boy. Instead, Young split the double team on that. Gets to the line, and then Al rattled that layup in. Actually, that looked more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But
yeah, I mean, I was hoping we were going to see his first dunk of the year, but great.
Well, it is Trey Turner night officially. I think all the fans got their bobblehead when they walked into the stadium. He is going off.
Trey for Trey.
It is Trey Day for sure. Oh, nice steal from Henderson. Boy, we're next break. We're going to count up how many steals the Southeast team has had this game because they consistently are just ripping the ball away. Turner gets another open look. This one won't go. Henderson gets it down there. Finishes it.
I'm gonna go with, I think it's 37 steals.
Well, that's an approximate. There's another 38. 38.
That's 35 from Pearson.
Oh, look at that spin from Terrell Pearson. Wow. Everybody is getting theirs tonight.
Coach Lee, Pearson's telling you something.
Well, Malik Morgan gets free there, makes the bucket. But a 13-point lead. Timeout Southeast. We're going to take a break, too. 3:02 remaining in this third quarter when we're back. "13-point Southeast lead. The game's still not over, but it's been comfortable for Southeast for a while. But this has been an entertaining one to watch. It has been a battle of the outside shooters. Trey Turner, who's too often forgot about Trey on this team, has 19 tonight. Nene Gibson, I'm sorry, not Nene Gibson. Nene Gibson's been quiet. He's been posted missing for Dallas, but it's been Anthony Young also hitting his outside shots, 18 for Dallas. What has been an entertaining matchup, and Southeast, a little scoring spurt here in the last few minutes, and this bucket's going to help. Still on that 100-point pace if they can keep this up. Terrell Pearson. I'm sorry, Bob, but I got to talk about Terrell Pearson for a minute. Averaging 5.3 points and 0.3 steals, which is second worst on the Southeast team on the season. And by the way, came into this game shooting 37% from the field, 16% from three. And tonight, Terrell Pearson can do no wrong. Everything.
Oh, neither can Trey Turner.
He's been a human highlight film. So many of these guys. That was Tony Chambers there.
I mixed up my white guys.
You did. He is Trey Turner's understudy in every possible way. Well, Tony Chambers is a West Virginian, Bob. You got to know your West Virginia kids. Come on now. Charleston, state capital. But no, Tony Chambers has actually had the opposite statistical season from Terrell Pearson. Both kids averaging about 5 points a game, but Tony Chambers shooting 56% from the field, 63% from three in limited action. But it's Nene Gibson going to the line here. Southeast has extended this lead up to 17 points, at least before these free throws go up.
Is that 5 on the night for him? Get him out of here, Coach.
It might be. It might be. It has not been Nene's night. He's just looked a little bit passive, if anything.
It's kind of hard. Obviously, some of the guys are stepping up because they do know it's still a televised game with our beautiful voices commentating.
This is true.
However, clearly it's hard to be completely focused in a game where you know it does not matter.
2 more for Tony Chambers. Getting some nice run in here off the bench.
Who in the chamber?
Yeah. Tony Chambers, who I once identified in an earlier game this season as Tom Chambers, embarrassingly. Some slight differences between the two of them. Nice move there from Nene Gibson. Coming alive a little bit here, but 15-point lead, but that's not what matters. What matters is we've got 90 seconds to get Southeast 5 more points to keep them on this 100-point game pace that we all want. So we all get a free hot dog if they hit 100.
Oh, hot dogs. I love it.
Needy Gibson quickly up the other way. Gibson might be feeling a little bit empowered with Chambers defending him. I kind of feel like Gibson thinks he can take Chambers. Oh, that's a nice dish to his teammate there, though.
Kobe, tell me how much tastes.
Leon Quinn. Leon Quinn, only averaging 7.8 on the season, but find him wide open underneath like that, and the man gets the job done. Chambers.
Yum.
Turns it into 2. We're under a minute to go here, though, now.
So my expectation is Southeast is going to have the ball last, and Trey Turner is going to throw up another 3.
To get him to the 75 mark?
Yeah. They're going to call a timeout.
They're going to call a timeout. Bring him in.
They're going to bring him in.
Oh, look at Tony Chambers.
Trey Turner Jr.
West Virginia's Mr. Basketball keeps Southeast on that 100-point pace. Oh, Malik Morgan goes right to the hoop and gets it blocked. Whoa. Philip Wynn, who's had some moments this game, feeling himself after this one. I like the demonstrativeness, the emotional side of Philip Wynn coming out tonight. You were seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, and this team as a whole, I mean, I have never seen a better D in my life.
Oh, I'm going to leave that one alone. Ball's inbounded. Just 12 seconds left. Briscoe has it. Looking to set something up. Oh, tries a... what was the point of trying that behind-the-back pass there? I'm not 100% sure. 3 on the way. Won't go. And that is the end of our third quarter. It is a 16-point lead. 100 is still in the sights of Southeast. I'm going to take a quick break, come back, and finish this one up. Fourth quarter starts when we return. Fourth quarter, just about to get set here. Dallas, well, let's be honest, they're pretty well cooked at this point, but it's been a fun one to watch anyway, and maybe Southeast has kind of turned a corner with this performance tonight. We'll see. Oh, Eric Long gets a good look inside. He's too much for Armstead to handle down there.
Okay, come back.
You're calling comeback, 14-point deficit, 7.5 minutes to go.
Don't.
Rick Blaze would literally be offended right now, Bob. You would have hurt Rick's feelings by saying that.
What? Usually have the fire extinguisher around when he's here. So.
Well, speaking of Rick Blaze, you know what that makes me think of? That makes me think of Powerade. And should give a little shout out to Powerade. They are our drink sponsor here in SimWorld High School Hoops, powering up our SimWorld athletes, coaches, and even staff like me and Big Bob, keeping us lubricated, hydrated, and ready to talk. And you can leave that one alone, Bob.
I'm just wondering, when are we going to call Gatorade? I just got to be honest. Sue me. Sue me.
When they're ready to pony up the big bucks. That's when they get in the game. And hey, speaking of game, while we have a break here in the action from this one, let's talk about our next one coming up too. We have Toronto versus West Coast, and instead of just having him speak in my ear, I'll get my producer Ron Yell in to talk live to you all too. Do we have a set time for the start of our second game, or is it going to be 24 minutes after the conclusion of this one? What are we doing tonight, Yells?
In honor of Kobe Bryant, 24 minutes following this one, and do not forget about that Kobe challenge that we have going. March 31st, it ends. Most viewers, most comments, most shared Discord invites get you some big bucks. 81 bucks to be exact. But aside from that, 24 minutes following this game, we will have a very big one ahead of us. It has some semifinal implications.
If you're a Kobe fan at all, I do not have to explain to you why it's 81 bucks. Or maybe if you just listen to Drake lyrics, because they're cited there too, but you'll figure it out. Action, get ready to go back in here too, but even while we're getting underway here, let me talk about this next game coming up. We have Toronto versus West Coast, and as you just heard from Ron Yell, that is going to start exactly 24 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And this is a big one, folks. Toronto, with a win, they advance. West Coast, they're not out of it yet. With a win, they can still get in the semifinals too. So both of these teams are going to be going all out. It's going to be Lace Darius Outlaw, you know him from West Coast, and then on Toronto, we got Marcus Layfat and Big Tyson Simpson. Some big names, some big players, and a lot on the line. Looking forward to that one. Exactly 24 minutes after the conclusion of ours here. And with that, Trey Turner is over the 20-point mark. Season high for him. Season high for him with 21 now. Nice performance by Trey Turner. Turner did have a 36-point game as a sophomore. He hit 11 threes in that one. And there's Dominique Briscoe. Not really his forte, the outside shot, only shooting 27% from three on the season, but drains a three there to keep at least dim hopes alive that Dallas can crawl back into this yet. But Quincy Air Henderson, as I might just start to call him. With that, lead extended back up to 15. Nene Gibson coming back out there. Well, you're going to want Nene on the court. I know it hasn't really been his night, but if Dallas is going to make any kind of charge here at all, the services of Nene Gibson, junior out of Dallas, will be sorely needed.
Not sure Southeast is going to keep their foot on the gas.
Well, I mean, I guess it's just human nature. We've seen this more than a few times where, particularly in a blowout in the fourth quarter, the team just does take the foot off the gas, and you felt like you were watching a 92-50 game, and somehow the final score is, 76-68. It sounds a lot closer than it actually was. Maybe that could be what we're heading into here, but we are still seeing some aggressive quick shots. Threes coming up from Southeast. Oh, Henderson couldn't get that to go, but it's another offensive rebound.
Wow.
Rushing cannot finish. Oh, and neither can Quinn at the other end. Trey Turner comes up with it, quickly gets it ahead. Arian Banks. That shot won't go, however. Arian Banks just looks like a player.
Sounds like a player.
Only averaging 5.1 and 2.4 assists or 2.4 rebounds on the year, though. The 6'4 junior out of Clemson, South Carolina. I bet I know one school that'll be recruiting him. Three goes down, and this is an 11-point game. We've still got a little bit more than 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
What school is that you think is recruiting him? Because the only one I could think of was St. Mary's School for the Deaf and Blind.
High Point. I was thinking of High Point. Hey, let's take a quick break. We got about half of the fourth quarter to go. Maybe Dallas can make this a game yet. Find out when we return. 4:16 left to go. 11-point lead, Southeast ball. It had been as much as 17 a little bit earlier. We got our sideline reporter, Ron Yell, as Darian Banks drains a three to get that lead up a little bit more comfortable number. Ron Yell, what do you got for the fans?
So I was on the sideline, kind of listening during that last time out. You heard Coach DeMond, a.k.a. Brad Lee, just talking to his team, and Trey Turner was fired up on the sideline. He was talking to himself. Apparently, he does not like his performances that he's had, and he set out to be more aggressive this game, and we've seen just that leading to the score we see on the scoreboard as of now. Shout out Trey Turner.
Love it. Thank you, Ron. Yeah. Ooh, look at Darian Banks starting to get active. Can't get that shot to go, however. Well, Trey Turner already being recruited by the likes of Blue Bloods, North Carolina, Duke. Gets that rebound there. Trey Turner is also a great basketball, or in addition to being a great basketball player, he's also a skilled baseball player.
I envision him being the next J.J. Redick.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good comp for him.
Jacking up threes.
Von Rushing pulls down that rebound. Well, Rushing, I think we're going to draw a comp for him. And this is going to come out mean, and I'm sorry to Moms Rushing and all the rest of the Rushing fans out there. Ooh. Oh, another three from Trey Turner. Lead is now 19. It had been dangerously close at 11, at 19, under 3 minutes. I think this is pretty well put to bed. But the current version of Von Rushing, and I admit that a better one is probably in the making as he grows into his body, just gets a little bit more of a learning game of basketball. Something about him. Either one of you guys, either you, Bob, or Ron Yell in the booth, do either one of you remember the Candy Man? Michael Olowokandi. Does that ring any kind of bell for anybody? Okay, Ron Yell knows it. Yeah, the Candy Man, spelled K-A-N-D-I, was a physical presence and a fairly big college star. Went #1 overall in the draft to the Clippers, because of course he went to the Clippers. And then in the pros, he just kind of looked like Von Rushing out there, and that's why he reminds me of Olowokandi. So
I'm gonna go a little more recent.
Yeah.
You guys remember Hashim Thabit?
Oh sure, yes, big out of Yukon. That's correct. I would say the upside for somebody like Von Rushing is more like Roy Hibbert. You know, I don't think Von Rushing is ever destined to win a whole lot of 40-yard dash competitions, which was also never Roy Hibbert's specialty, but rebounding, defense, low post play, I think he's capable of getting up there. Oh, nice move from Briscoe, able to get inside. All right, well, coming up on a minute to play. Yeah, this one's over, and let's be honest, it's been over for a while, but hey, 93 points. We need 7 more points from Southeast before this buzzer. And everybody in the stadium is rooting for it because they want that free hot dog. Not to mention the free 16-ounce Powerade. Come on, Von Rushing. Come on. I believe that is the 4th time. That might be the 4th time that Derek Long alone has stuffed Rushing tonight. 3 on the way from Gibson. Won't go. That's good for Southeast and for people who want to eat hot dogs. Come on. Let's get in the offense here, Southeast. There we go. Oh, fantastic block by Derek Long. That was going to be do you realize how strong you have to be to block a two-handed dunk coming down towards the rim like that? Fantastic play from Long. And that will seal it. Once again, we are not getting to 100.
Yeah, after that block, I would say Quincy needs to get into the gym.
Well, Anthony Young was going to put up a final 3. Now he's just going to hold that ball and get themselves out of here. Well, both of these teams are facing a bus ride to the airport and a long trip home. Disappointed not to play in the semifinals, but nice effort from some individual players tonight on both squads. But a great effort from Southeast, Trey Turner. Big win for them. Stay tuned. Exactly 24 minutes, folks. Exactly 24 minutes. We got Toronto and West Coast coming up with a semifinal place on the line. Welcome back, everybody. We've got Game 2 from New Orleans, last of your initial round robin action in the Southern Hospitality Shootout. Don't laugh at me, Bob. I'm going to get it out. Don't worry. Hey, and I got to. This is a big game here. This is a big one. We got a space in the semifinals on the line. Toronto won their opening matchup. West Coast lost theirs, but both of these teams can advance with a victory tonight. Toronto just needs to win and score at least 60 to move ahead. West Coast, if they can win this game and put up 71 or more points, they will advance. Miami fans nervously watching at home right now. If somehow, say, West Coast wins and only scores 68 points, well, Miami, you're going to play in the semifinals on Thursday. And that's what you want to see is missed shots if you're a Miami fan. Jay Ingram, though, is going to get a third chance at it, and he can't get that to go. Coming up in the first possession.
Unfortunately for Toronto and West Coast, we already had our big scoring game for the night. So
We probably did. Well, if you've been watching SimWorld High School Hoops, you are familiar with both of these teams. West Coast, led by the #1 junior in the country, Lace Darius Outlaw, averaging almost 21 points a game. And they are wearing the red with the black trim tonight. And Toronto in the black uniforms, led by their point guard and captain, Marcus Layfat, averaging almost 17 points. Alan Worley Talbert shakes free first there and scores the first bucket in the game. But also was going to mention Tyson Simpson, their big post man down low. Both of them top 10 ranked in the junior class. Should be a good battle here. These teams both have a lot riding tonight. Montel Cage tries to dribble inside. Backcourt partner of Outlaw.
Gotta be a little honest with Outlaw. He's been knocked back down to earth here lately. I gotta be honest. Him sitting at #1 right now. Not sure how much longer that's gonna last.
Well, we saw Trey Turner explode in our opening game of the doubleheader tonight. Went off for 28, the 14th ranked junior in the country. Maybe he'll be moving up. Maybe somewhat at the expense of the herald of Mr. Outlaw. West Coast still not on the board yet. Eric Stanley going to try to put him there, and his three rattles around and in. Eric Stanley, Alaska's Mr. Basketball from Fairbanks, shooting above 50% from three now on the season with that made bucket. He came in hitting a even 50%. Oh, Simpson, nice position.
Good offensive rebound, get it.
Oh my. I love the follow-through on that dunk, too. That looked vicious.
Dude needs to pick up his jaw off the floor.
Well, should be a good battle all night long between Tyson Simpson and, for West Coast, Jay Ingram.
Whoa, nice little steal.
Tyson with the steal as well. Wisely gives it up. Wright Foreman's bucket won't go, but Brandon Phillips is there. He hands it to Simpson, and Simpson does end up finishing that play off. So here comes West Coast. You know, West Coast is really led by their backcourt of Cage and Outlaw. Montel Cage, also a junior. Ooh, nice bucket there. Draws him to within one. Lace Darius.
I want to point that out in general. This particular game, there's a lot of young talent. They got 5 juniors ranked. So we're going to be exciting to see what they do with a full off season with their coaches and with their new coaches next season when they're seniors.
Yeah, well, West Coast has 3 juniors and 7 seniors on their squad, but as you're saying, Bob, they're all ranked. Lace Darius Outlaw #1. A Newman, big man coming off the bench, is ranked 11th, and point guard Montel Cage out there right now, ranked 20th. But Toronto is actually junior dominant, only 4 seniors on their roster, 6 juniors making it up, and including making up the majority of their starting lineup.
Yeah,
Here we see. Oh, go ahead, Bob.
I was just going to say, with them being so young, especially in their starting lineup, I'd be hard-pressed to say they're not going to be one of the favorites heading into next season, regardless of what happens right now. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened to me whenever I was saying that.
You're all good, Bob. And yeah, no, Toronto with Marcus Layfat coming back for his senior year. Tyson Simpson will be coming back next season. Cole Morris, their starting shooting guard, who's a defensive specialist. They'll be locking up with Lace Darius. Oh, and look at that, a turnover.
No.
Layfat turns it into 2. Impressive start here from Toronto, and they are up 10-5 early in this one.
Let's see, with some quick math, I am not great at it, but Toronto.
Are you projecting the 100-point game again?
7 squared, 2 for 10. Toronto's on pace to, if they win, I think.
Get over 71 points?
Possibly. I don't know.
Actually, Toronto only needs 60, excuse me. So they would need a fairly modest production to win this one. And
hey, we're only halfway through the first, and they got 12 points.
So they are actually on a 100-point pace. Now, I don't know if they can keep this up, but...
I mean, if we keep telling them they can't, they will.
That's often the way it goes when we cover things out here. Cage is going to take the jumper himself and nails it. Ontel Cage, junior point guard out of Ilwaco, California, averaging 10 points and 6.2 assists per game for the West Coast. Third leading scorer on the team. Oh, Alan Worley Talbert is feeling aggressive tonight, but his three won't go down.
Not sure he's the one you want taking those shots.
He'd probably rather see Darius Outlaw pulling up from there. That's true. Now Cage can hit from here. I'm sorry, not Outlaw. It's the other team. But meant to say Marcus Leifat, but Leifat instead pulls down the foul on the other end. It's gonna send West Coast to the line.
I think with that Worley Talbert shot, I can see why he was wide open from the three-point line.
Well, Jay Ingram is going to go to the stripe. Looking to make his first free throws of the year, the big man. Averaging 11 points and 9.2 rebounds a game. He's been shooting the ball really well in general. 61% from the field and 33% even from three-point. Granted on very few attempts, I think 3 exactly, but all the same. Free throws good. Some mass substitutions coming in and out now. You see Toronto's big man, and I mean big sturdy fella down low, Jalen Tucker, another one of their core juniors, 6'7", 265.
He's a beefy boy.
I'd like to see Jalen Tucker and Jomo Graham, who we had in our last game, going up together. A little one-on-one action. That would be fun. They're both about the exact same size, actually, so...
Actually, tricks on me. I thought so. I don't know what I just seen. I didn't see anything. I got excited for no reason.
Well, Anton Benet able to make the little inside shot off the glass go. Benet junior from Oakville, Ontario, just averaging 2.2 points again. That's a nice pass there to Lene Newman, but he can't finish it. Nice defense, Toronto.
Little unknown fact about Anton Benet. He is also related to John Benet.
We might have to check that, or if you're listening,
no, you don't have to.
Go to Wikipedia yourself.
Let me go edit the Wikipedia page first.
Tyson Aycock whips it in there.
Oh,
good. For a second, shot clock running down.
Whipping it all around. Yeah, baby. All around.
3-point lead for Toronto. They have the ball coming up the other way. Cole Morris still out there. I was talking about him a little bit ago, the starting shooting guard for this team. He is a defensive stopper, true defensive specialist, and his job will be shutting down Outlaw tonight, who has been fairly quiet so far. Oh, Benet! Been really quiet this year, Anton Benet. I mentioned he just averaged 2.2 points a game, but in part that's because he's been shooting 20% from the field, 14% from 3. A little bit better than that tonight from Mr. Benet.
Also, little unknown fact, long-lost relative of the butter company, Benet.
I get that one. Hopefully you will too. Again, that's look-upable, folks. Oh my. Cole Morris. And she's more of a defender than a shooter. Oh, and Jalen Tucker gets the rebound but can't put it back up.
You guys don't have to worry. I'm all out of Benet jokes.
At this point.
I had 2. That's it.
Raphael McNeil feeds Ingram. Ingram's going to try 3. Can't get it to go.
Oh.
Wow. Well, I was just talking about Jay Ingram's 33% three-point shooting average coming into this game, so maybe not the worst shot in the world from him, but Wouldn't go. 5-point lead for Toronto, and they have a chance to extend coming up on a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Oh, DeLeon Dixon has it tipped away, and it ends up in Dawson Speak's hands. He's taking on two guys trying to go their way, finds a man in the corner, Raphael McNeil. His three won't go, however. Disappointing for West Coast. That could have given them a real boost here in the dying bit of the opening period.
Better luck next time.
Josiah Cohen has the ball. Cohen out of the Toronto Hebrew Academy steps back. Shot won't go. At the other end.
Ooh, good rebound.
Aycock can't get it. Oh, I thought there was a foul there too, Bob, but it ends up in Cole Morris's hands coming the other way.
I don't know.
Cohen's three. Boy, it seemed like we saw every in that opening game. It really did seem like all those shots were going in, and now there's a lid on this bucket. Yep. Well, there he is to break the seal. Jay Ingram, his 31st dunk of the year. Big Jay Ingram, 6'9", out of Santa Rosa, California. 3-point game now. Toronto has it. Going to hold here for a last shot.
He might only be rivaled with his teammate, Linnae. 26 dunks.
Oh, DeLeon Dixon's little floater won't go in, and it's just a 3-point Toronto advantage. Low-scoring game. Miami fans, you got reason to hope. We're going to take a little break, come back. Second quarter up next. All right, second quarter about to get underway here. Looks like we've got a defensive battle on our hands, which in the way makes it the most exciting, as there are three teams battling for this last semifinal spot. I want to remind everybody we got more live coverage games. Oh, and then a steal by Raphael McNeil. He tries a little Euro step, won't go. Cole Morris once again comes up with it, but was saying, yeah, we've got semifinals, 2 games. Going to be covering them live Thursday, starting 8 p.m. ET, 5 p.m. Pacific. Second game, just like today, following that one. And look at Jalen Tucker use his size and skill. Motor inside. Nice move there by Tucker. Aycock, top of the key. Got 2 defenders on him. Passes out the double team. McNeil rattles in. Oh, they're calling that a 3, too. We got a 2-point game.
Yeah, that's a little question. I'm pretty sure I've seen an entire foot and a half over that line.
I thought that was a 2 myself, but hence the surprise in my voice. Oh, there's DeLeon Dixon getting free inside and elevating. Bob, Dixon just signed or at least made his college commitment, didn't he? Didn't I not see that today in the SimWorld Discord?
He did commit at some point.
Penn State bound. Aycock trying a 3.
My guess is, unfortunately for Penn State, they are not ever known as a basketball school, regardless of occasionally having a good team once every 20 years. I'm guessing Dixon just wants to be the guy because he'll probably be the guy there. But I'll still be. I am
stars
going
to
to be.
compete with on this Toronto team. Definitely true. Actually, this Toronto team has got a few guys signed up already. Brandon Phillips will be joining Stacey Van Arsdale at Arkansas next year.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit of a scary team. I'm going to be real interested. It's still crazy that Simpson is only a junior. It's going to be real interesting to see. He still can grow. He might be 7'3" by.
Well, and the thing is he's got an NBA ready body right now. Simpson, 6'10" and 240 pounds, and athletic.
Still not Shaq enough for me.
Missed shot there. West Coast the other way, looking to get the lead back down to 2. Deep three will not go. Lace Darius Outlaw testing his range there.
I'm not sure what I just seen, and I'm hopefully not going to see it ever again.
I'm not sure if West Coast coach Aaron Murray likes that much better than you do, Bob, but step back, lay fat, won't go, but look who is there. Tyson Simpson cleans it up, puts it back in. Tyson Simpson averaging 10.6 points and 9.6 rebounds coming into this one, shooting 63% from the field.
Good pass.
Lene Newman off the bench. Strong move.
While we talked great about Simpson on the offensive end, that was a terrible defensive play by him. It's like one of my biggest complaints about basketball nowadays, they're more worried about whether or not they're going to be on a poster rather than playing actual defense.
Well, it's a change of pace too, because Simpson normally is more of a defensive and rebounding factor out there, but he has been, first of all, aggressive when he's got the ball in the regular offense today, but as we've just seen on those last 2 possessions, doing a great job getting offensive boards and scoring on second chance opportunities too. As Outlaw misses another 3, not off to a great start.
I'm gonna chalk up his defensive struggles here lately as him being a little tired by putting the team on his back to try and get them to 60 points.
Worley Talbert can't hit a 3. West Coast comes back up the other way.
But West Coast 100% is going to need their stars to step it up, because as of right now, it's just not cutting it.
Well, Darius Player, he's one of those potential stars. Oh, Brandon Phillips, that's a nice move off of a great pass from Layfat. But at the other end, you just saw Darius Player, and he's somebody I always watch. I always keep an eye on when we're doing a West Coast game. He's California's Mr. Basketball. He was McDonald's All-American. He scored 38 points in a game last year, and Darius Player has just fallen off the face of the earth, averaging 7.7, and it's the quietest 7.7 that you're going to find around, too. 30% from 3, 42% from the field. I've kind of been waiting for him to kind of emerge, to get it back together, a little bit like River Rose for Chicago. Kind of had a redemption story that he started out on this season, but I feel like he's done it much more. Darius Player, I'm still waiting for that breakout, to kind of return to the form that it seems like you once had. I'm not sure where his confidence or his game has gone, but part of the reason why West Coast has struggled a little bit, particularly lately, this team on a 2-game losing streak. Just 8-5 overall now on the year.
I think one of the things that you really have to look at is, I'm not going to call West Coast, I'm not going to call their locker room atmosphere toxic, but one thing you have to wonder is how much of Outlaw being number 1, how big of a head does he have? Like, how much is that bringing his teammates down if he is acting better than everybody else? Like, is there something going on in the locker room that's causing Player to kind of take that step back? That's what we don't know.
Shot clock under 10 here. Layfat gets a nice look, but it won't go. Simpson,
rebound.
Another offensive rebound.
Ooh.
Third chance this possession, and Layfat nails it. It is now a 10-point Toronto lead. Looking to secure the victory and come out with more than 60 points to be on the schedule here in New Orleans on Thursday. Outlaw gets a shot to go there.
All they really need to do, average probably 15 over the last 2 quarters. And Toronto, if they win, they'll make it.
They'll be in. Well, it is low scoring. You just saw the shooting percentages. Toronto below 40%, but West Coast below 30%. Both teams struggling to connect here. And maybe the difference, too, is, in that last game that we had, the opening game tonight, you saw two teams in Dallas and Southeast that really didn't have anything to lose because they didn't have anything to play for. They both knew they were going home after this game. A little bit different when a lot riding on the result. Both these teams seem to have come out a little bit tight, maybe a little bit nervous. But so far, it's Toronto that's played the better basketball. Lay-Fat dealing inside, and Tyson Simpson rebounding everything and playing aggressive. 8-point lead for them. 2:50 to go here in the second quarter. Brandon Phillips set to inbound the ball for Toronto. Ooh.
Tyson Simpson's definitely powering this. Oh, it was a nice little...
It was a nice play call, actually, drawn up after that timeout, but Phillips couldn't get his shot to go down, and Cage at the other end can't either, but he does get his own rebound. And player has it swatted with authority.
Can you tell me what Simpson hasn't done tonight?
Is?
No, can you tell me what he hasn't done tonight?
Oh, I thought you were about to tell me. I thought you were... I was getting ready to find out. No, not much. Only thing he hasn't done is, called any play-by-play, but I guess he can come over here and, put on some headphones and get into this too. He seems like not much he is not capable of doing this evening.
No, I would say the only thing he hasn't done is murder, but he's been doing that all night too.
yeah, I don't know about that, right? Well, there's Player once again with the ball. He did score on that last possession. Looks
little unknown
drive
fact.
inside, but dishes to Ingram, doesn't want it. Eric Stanley from deep can't get that three to go.
Little unknown fact of Tyson Simpson, long lost relative of OJ. In case you did not know. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I don't think that's true, but actually what I've long wondered about. What I've long wondered about here is Lace Darius Outlaw. I mean, Outlaw isn't your most common surname. I wonder if there's any connection to Bo Outlaw. I'll see if our producer Roniel has any insight on that. And speaking of Outlaw, there he goes. It's a deep three. It's a deep three. Just 35% from deep so far this season. Lace Darius, but he gets that one to go. Oh,
good play.
And Worley Talbert takes over the smaller defender, but he can't put it in. Chance once again for West Coast to, threw it away, however. I was going to say chance for them to get it back down to a one-possession game. The pass from Cage was a little bit too much for Jay Ingram to reel in there.
And that was not the time to get fancy at all.
Subs coming in the game for both teams to finish out this last 50 seconds of the first half.
That was a little rude. I'm pretty sure I just seen Simpson blow his hands in his nose and wipe it on his buddy's back over there. That's
a teammate.
Rude.
Josiah Cohen out there running the point now, and Cole Morris wants the shot.
In and out.
Get it to go. Raphael McNeil quickly up the other way. Under 30 seconds now.
West Coast has a chance to tie this or take the lead going into halftime if they can pick it up here in the last 20 seconds. Just kidding.
Well, Montel Cage is probably your number one offensive option out there for them with this configuration of players, but couldn't get that shot to go. Anthony Bonnet has it. Gonna get that shot up. Won't go, and that's going to end it. 5-point advantage for Toronto going into the half. They are right on their 60-point pace, Bob. Miami is not out of this game yet. Well, send it into halftime here. Bring my producer Roniel into a little analysis, and maybe follow up on that Outlaw family history if you have any.
Yeah, he's not related to Bo Outlaw, but as far as this game, I am so happy to see Tyson Simpson being more aggressive, and I think that's the key to us seeing, obviously, Toronto with this lead right now. He's not just doing it on the offensive end. He's great. My God, like that play there. He's on the boards. Yeah, he's on the glass, and defensively, he's always a presence. So we'll see how this plays out. They're going to need to pick up the pace here, though, so they can hopefully advance. Look at those percentages, guys.
Yeah, these two teams are not shooting well. Both just kind of came out a little bit tight in this one. Well, they've had 16 minutes of game action to loosen up a little bit here in the first half. Maybe get a little bit more offensive flow going here in the second. One of these teams is going to need it if they're going to advance to the semifinals on Thursday.
Welcome.
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Nice to meet you.
You told us.
All good things.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
Oh.
That is Jenny. Again. Hi. Nicole.
Hello.
Elizabeth.
Acts. Use in moderation.
Back underway here in New Orleans. It is Toronto ball, and they lead by 5. Keep in mind, they not only have to win this game, they have to score at least 60 points. Ooh, that is a strong move by a man who is having a big night, Tyson Simpson, the junior from Hamilton, Ontario. Oh, there's Montel Cage hitting a 3. Lead cut back down to 4. I mean, keep in mind, West Coast obviously still in this game, but if they win it and don't score 71 points, it's all for naught. They're getting on the plane and flying back west tonight too. So,
Yeah, they absolutely need to have an explosion. Sorry, I caught myself.
Get his 3 to go.
I almost made an inappropriate comment, so I caught myself there.
Eric Stanley with the quarter. I like Eric Stanley's game. I'm an Eric Stanley admirer. Only averaging 8.2, but incredibly efficient. Hits the corner 3 there, and we have a 1-point game on our hands.
Nice little. Ooh.
And a fancy pass, but I know. Unable to get right Foreman. Highlight assist. Couldn't finish the bucket there. And Page, once again, wants the shot. Can't get it to go. Page has actually felt more aggressive out of the backcourt than even Lace Darius Outlaw so far in this game.
Somebody needs to be.
Somebody needs to be. Ooh, Layfat I thought was going to step back, but instead he finds Simpson. Tyson Simpson is only averaging 10.6 points a game. He is, I don't know if he's quite on Trey Turner breakout mode like we saw earlier tonight, but having a really nice game. 6:21 in this one. Let's take a quick break. Come back here. More third quarter action coming up from the shootout. Three-point advantage for Toronto, which is fairly modest, but it's really come all courtesy of their inside play. Tyson Simpson with a game-high 14 points, and Toronto outscoring West Coast in the paint 30-8 at this point. 3 there won't go. Would have tied things up.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Instead, thought about a 3 there. Passes it off to Tyson. Layfat has it now. Oh, outside jumper goes. 3-pointer. Nice assist from Layfat. Lead up to 6. That's just how quickly things can turn. We could have had our first tie since early in the first quarter.
Good defense by Simpson.
Showing off at both ends now, Tyson Simpson.
Took in some Powerade at halftime and he's back in it.
Oh. Layfat got double teamed there. Tried to throw out of it, but threw it to a opposing player. And Montel Cage turns it into 2 points. Another timeout on the floor, but we're going to stay with it this time. 4-point Toronto advantage.
I I'm just waiting for anybody to step up on West Coast.
Somebody needs to. It's typically Lace Darius Outlaw, averaging almost 21 points a game and shooting 50% from the field coming into this one. But relatively quiet by his standards so far. Montel Cage, pretty active. Jay Ingram, we've seen shake free a couple times down low, but I agree, Bob. I feel like there needs to be a focal point. I feel like somebody needs to kind of come out with a I'm going to take this over attitude for West Coast to get them in this thing. I mean, obviously it's just a 4-point game. They're clearly in it, but to take it over a little bit, need to step up. Now you see Layfat trying to bring it up on Acock. And gets around the bigger defender there and shakes free for an easy 2. Acock, 6'5", 195-pound senior, has a serious size advantage over Layfat, just barely 6 foot tall, but the crafty Layfat able to get around Acock.
How big did you say Acock is?
Bucket there, cuts lead back down to 4. And I'm liking this battle between Layfat and Acock. Really sticking to it, but a nice dish finds Dixon down there.
It is sticky.
Sticky defense from Tyson Acock. Now he brings it up, and let's see if Layfat can contain him. Ooh, step back 3. Will not go for Outlaw. Acock grabs it, gets it out to Player. Couple chances there from West Coast, and again, I feel like every time West Coast gets like a chance, opportunity to really kind of break the momentum, send things the other way, like this now. Need to convert here, Dawson Speaks. Hits it ahead to Player. Oh, chance for a 3-point opportunity. Great body control, great finish. Curious Player. Let's see if that maybe changes the script here a little bit.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't call flagrant on that because that was a little dangerous, but again, I don't agree with fouls, period. This is sports.
Well, Toronto coach Chris King, former high school player himself, sends Phillips to the line, talks to him a little bit, hopefully gets him calmed down, and Player unable to complete the 3-point opportunity.
So he's going to hit this 3 to get Toronto out a little bit further.
Oh, nice dish from Cohen. And he finds Benet. Lead is now up to 6 again. We're more than halfway through the third quarter. Nice dish on this side to Dawson Speaks. And Speaks, the 6'8" senior out of Bend, Oregon, only averaging 3 points a game. Nice dish from Cohen. Once again, Simpson down low, and once again, Simpson aggressive with it, but this time he can't score. Nice defense from Lene Newman.
West Coast just like that gnat that just won't go away.
Can't get over the hump, but will not go for more than that. Oh, there you go. There's a nice move from Lace Darius Outlaw, the junior from Bakersfield, your number 1 in his class. Drives and scores there. And West Coast, as you see there on the Chiron on the lower part of your screen. Nice steal again from Outlaw. Outlaw can tie this up or take the lead. Instead, he gives it back to Player for another 3-point opportunity. He can't get this bucket to go this time. He'll go to the line. DeLeon Dixon annoyed with himself, but Player has a chance to tie this ball game up the first time since very early in the first quarter.
Okay.
Player's first bucket's good.
Oh.
Got a battle here. And, of course, the points always matter, too. This is like 3-dimensional chess, trying to stay on top of this thing. Player gets ready for his second shot. And he gets both of these.
Let's see if West Coast can carry that momentum.
Tie ball game. Tie ball game. Tied for the first time in a long time. I think West Coast really could use a stop here. I think getting the lead would just be a psychological advantage. And there they go.
No.
Good defense again. Lene Newman is playing some nice minutes off the bench tonight. Oh, and player finds Newman underneath. It is a West Coast 2-point lead. Game on, folks. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I think you gotta give the credit to Outlaw for his defense coming up here lately.
How about that? Not the first thing you think of when you think about the high points in Bo Outlaw, in Lacey Darius Outlaw's game. Well, we're taking a break. We'll take a break here too. Quick commercial. We'll come back, and I'll quit calling high school players by ex-pro names. Exactly 2 minutes left in what has been an entertaining third quarter. West Coast all the way back. They have taken the lead here. And De Leon gets it into Cohen. They set things up with Leifat and Cohen both out there, the 2-point guards. 2-point guard lineup. And Leifat drives it right in, gets fouled, gets a chance. Take the lead back on the old-fashioned 3-point play. What do you think of this 2-point guard backcourt that Toronto's thrown out there? I'm not sure I've ever really seen that before, them both having Cohen and Leifat on the court at the same time.
I mean, if it works, it works. Right now, I mean, it's a close game right now, so they just tied the game back up, so I'm not going to say that it's the best thing they can do right now, but it's not bad. Not the best, it's not the worst. They could be losing.
Well, I think this allows them to play Leifat more at the 2-guard position. So, see what kind of comes of that. And also how well this works on defense. But I believe, yes, Lacey Darius Outlaw is on the bench right now, which does make it a little bit less challenging. West Coast back on top.
Toronto's going to need... Tyson Simpson has done all that he can at this point in the game. They're going to need somebody else to step up.
Well, Leifat's their number 2 guy. Can't get that to go. Battle for the rebound does come up. Toronto.
I did say step up, not step back, so...
Well, Worley Talbert has it. He's going to have to try a 3.
Not who you want.
No, Worley Talbert just shooting 28% from 3. Couldn't get that one to go either. Big J Ingram working down low. Can't get that to go. Ingram much more of a, put back, dunk, transition scorer. Not necessarily a really refined low post game yet in his repertoire.
No, and when you think of starting centers, he's not necessarily the biggest guy out there.
Tough shot there from Worley Talbert. Gets it to go, though. 6'6" senior from Kingston, Ontario. Worley Talbot is shooting 63% from the field. Quite impressive on the season. And gets that rebound, too.
12 points for Toronto if they win. That's all they need.
Last seconds here of the third quarter. Toronto looking to extend a 1-point lead. Leifat has it, but he gives it up to Cohen, who finds Benet in the corner, and he's going to try that three. Won't go. And that's going to do it. We've got 8 minutes left to decide this one. West Coast still in this game, but they would need a scoring spurt to stay alive. Toronto just needs 12 points and a W to advance to the semifinals on Thursday.
Spurt, spurt.
And we're back. New Orleans. The final game, the final quarter of our round-robin matches in the Southern Hospitality Shootout. Had some really good games. We've seen Atlanta advance. Going to see either Miami, Toronto, or West Coast come out at the conclusion of this one. Oh, nice rebound from Jay Ingram, but he can't get his opportunity, second chance opportunity to go. That may have been blocked by DeLeon Dixon down low.
At this point, I mean, Toronto has the...
Ooh, that could have been big there for Toronto. Couldn't get that shot from Leifat to go down, however.
Toronto has the easiest shot to getting in. They just need 12. West Coast needs
12.
24.
And a W. 12 and a W.
And a W. And a win. Both teams need the win.
That should likely be the harder part of the equation. Particularly as Outlaw now with 11 points. Quiet 11 points, but he is still the leading scorer for this West Coast team tonight, and he gives them the lead.
Let's just call him the scorer.
And Leifat takes it back. Both of them on 11. Leading scorer for Toronto is the big man, Tyson Simpson. 14 points, 9 rebounds so far. Oh, nice behind the back dribble by Cage, but he can't finish the bucket.
I'd really like to see Simpson step up here in the fourth.
Well, he's getting some rest right now, clearly. Coach King plans to bring him back in. And look at that, Marcus Leifat. He is the other guy out here who you look to take over for Toronto, and that's just what he did. Lead back up to 4 on the three-pointer. And Marcus Leifat, Stanley looking to chop it back down. Oh, he can really hit from out there, but he just couldn't get that one to go. And Cohen gets it in Dixon's hands.
Dixon is not, he's not a terrible replacement for Simpson, but he's just not Simpson.
He's not Tyson Simpson. No, he's not. He is not. Well, I imagine at the next dead ball, we were definitely going to see Tyson Simpson reinserted into this game. But Toronto, even without him out there, nursing this 4-point lead. Oh, nice move, though, by Eric Stanley. Just a... what would you call that? Sugary? Suave? What's the word I'm looking for? Sexy? It's something with an S.
Pasty. That's not an S. Never mind.
Well, whatever it is, it cuts the lead in half. West Coast just trailing by 2 now. 5:39 to go. Fourth quarter. Wanted to take a quick break here, too. We'll be back. More fourth quarter action coming up when we return. Toronto, 2-point advantage and a lot riding on this next 5:39. West Coast not out of it, but they would need to score 20 in addition to coming away with the W. Yells, sounds like you might have picked up a little bit of info there during that break. What you got?
I know Coach, excuse me there, Coach King really wants to see more Tyson Simpson here in this fourth quarter, both offensively and defensively. So expect to see him. I see he's back in the game now, but expect to see him as a focal point of the offense.
Thank you, Yells, and you are correct. Tyson Simpson, as we predicted, is back out there, and a sloppy play from Darius Player.
He got scared.
And there's a nice replay of Player's earlier rejection as well. Tyson Simpson just eating him up on that. Wow. Tyson Simpson doesn't look that old to me, but clearly Darius Player is his child based upon that replay.
Sit down, son.
Well, Toronto ball, chance to extend the lead now. Let's see if they can work. Well, I was about to say if they work it into Simpson. He's got it here. Let's see if he wants to take Ingram on. Thinking about it. Oh, nice dish instead. And Wright Foreman, Jameel Wright Foreman, the 6'1 guard out of Barrie, Ontario, buries the little layup. Thanks for the rim shot, Bob. Always appreciate it. Ba-dum-bum will also work. Eric Stanley has it. Coming up on the halfway point here. And West Coast definitely needs to get some buckets if they want to have a shot at this. Outlaws 3. Nailed it. Back to a 1-point game, and importantly, 17 points now is all that remains from West Coast getting into the finals if they can win. I'm going to assume that Toronto will manage to score 5 points over the remaining 4 minutes. 3 of them might come here, but Leifat can't get that to go. Tipped out by Simpson.
Oh, good play by Simpson.
Great play. Worley.
Terrible play by Worley.
Burn it. Frustrating there. Well, Eric Stanley can give West Coast the lead here.
Ooh.
Takes on the double team.
Good
D. The shot up and won't go.
These last 4 minutes is where, we're just going to let this happen, I guess. There it is.
Well, that's Brandon Phillips, and give Brandon Phillips credit. He got down the court ahead of everybody else, was in great position, collects the pass, composes himself, and puts it in. It's a 3-point Toronto advantage. Timeout on the court. We're going to take a quick timeout, too. Stick with us. 3:30 to decide who's going to advance to the semifinals of the Southern Hospitality Shootout. And we are back. 3:30 to play to decide who's going to get in a semifinal spot. If you're a Miami fan out there, you're not out of it, but you really want West Coast to win this and stay under 71 points. That is your best path playing on Thursday. For Toronto, it's pretty simple. Score 3 more points and win this game. West Coast needs 17 points. Oh, and that's not going to help right there. Nice steal from the...
You got to wait for your teammate.
Yeah, that's not Cole Morris' specialty. What is his specialty is playing defense. You did get to see that right there, but Cole Morris is part of the reason why Bo Outlaw has definitely been held under his average, certainly so far. He could explode at any time in the last couple minutes. But
to my friend Eric here, Lace Darius Outlaw.
Oh, apologies. Apologies. Got him on the mind tonight. I can see that headband. I can see everything. There's some rebounding from Cole Morris.
I don't think Toronto wants to score 60 points at this point.
Let's find out. There you go. Cole Morris splashes a 3. They're on their 60. They've hit their magic number, so they just got to win this. And keep in mind, Cole Morris is a 40% three-point shooter, so it's not like he doesn't have some abilities from that range. Anthony Benet has it now, though.
I think we should probably get an EMS over there to check on Outlaw to make sure he has a pulse, because I have not seen it all night.
Cole Morris going to try another 3 and nails another 3. 9-point lead. We are under the 2-minute mark.
That's
West
the dagger.
Coast have a mountain to climb now. I mean, just getting the 17 points in the next less than 2 minutes would be a challenge, but also overturning a 9-point deficit at this point. Toronto may have just punched their ticket to a semifinal spot on Thursday. Let me get my producer Roniel in here for 1 second too, while West Coast gets set to inbound. Do we know what the matchups are for Thursday yet, Roniel? Who's going to be squaring off against who?
Oh, we most certainly do.
Could you inform me and educate the viewing public?
We doodly do.
Yeah, so we'll have Atlanta taking on Washington. And then, obviously, whoever moves on from this game, be it West Coast or Toronto or Miami, will be taking on Gulf Coast Select.
Well, thanks to that Tyson Simpson bucket, as well as the back-to-back back-breaking 3s by Cole Morris, I am starting to feel like it's safe to say Toronto is going to be playing in those matchups. And hey, I like what I've seen from Toronto tonight, but I am also really excited to see that Atlanta-DC game. Cooper Kingy Cross has been playing out of his mind recently. And then Atlanta, a couple nights ago on the broadcast, I was comparing Atlanta to St. Peter's in the NCAA tournament, and that's just kind of what they feel like to me. They feel like the unheralded, weren't much talked about, but kind of team of destiny in this Southern Hospitality tournament too. So I'm looking forward to that.
So what you're saying is they're going to just get at the doorstep and then fall apart.
Hey, much credit to the St. Peter's Peacocks. Is that Cole Morris hitting another 3?
Dagger.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was live fat from the quarter. All right. I might have gone crazy if that was Cole Morris. Well, 30 seconds left, 16-point advantage. This thing is over. Congrats to Coach Chris King and his Toronto Stars. You are advancing on in this tournament. Condolences, Lace Darius Outlaw, Coach Murray, and West Coast. Your losing streak is now extended to 3 games, and worse yet, you got a long plane ride back home after this one.
Yeah, let me play my music for them.
Well, that will do it, folks. Disappointment for West Coast, disappointment for Miami as well. But Toronto, you are moving on and looking good. My MVP of the game, Tyson Simpson. Also, a lot of credit to Marcus Leifat and the late heroics and solid all-game-long defense of Cole Morris. Toronto should be a tough matchup in the semifinals on Thursday. We hope you'll join us then. Thanks for being with us tonight, everybody.